The day before the wedding, I turned into a cat. I witnessed the boyfriend who did everything I said and my sister tangled up in bed. He said to her, "I'm only marrying her temporarily. Don't worry. The person I love in my heart has always been you." Speaking of Emily, she's like a dead fish, not as energetic as you. Later, I fulfilled his request. The engagement was canceled. He didn't care at first, because there was my sister as an alternative, but then he cried and begged me to give him another chance. The Johnson family agreed to his entry into the family purely for my sake, and my sister doesn't have that kind of influence. He's nothing without me. I got drunk at the engagement party. My boyfriend Liam got me a room to rest. Liam took me gently in his arms. I leaned against him. I drank a few mouthfuls of soup with his hand. "Baby, do you feel better?" He looked at me gently, eyes full of concern. My heart became soft all of a sudden. "Much better. I'll lie here for a while. You go down and take care of me." Liam asked worriedly. "Are you sure you're okay? Do you want me to stay here with you?" I smiled. "I really don't need to. You should go. Jason from Jason Group is here today." Jason Group is the one that Liam has always wanted to work with, if we can make a good relationship with Jason. Liam's position in the company will definitely be higher. His eyes lit up, but still looked reluctant. "I'll go then. Take a good rest. I'll be right back with you after I'm done." "Got it. Hurry up and go." After Liam left, the alcohol gradually came on. I fell asleep in a daze. I don't know how long I slept. I had a terrible headache. I slowly opened my eyes, wanted to reach for my cell phone. Instead, I saw a pair of furry paws. I was so shocked that the hairs on my entire body stood up. Meow. How did I become a cat? I jumped onto the bathroom sink, seeing a ragdoll cat in the mirror. It was not only cute and pretty, I also thought it looked especially familiar. This cat was raised by Liam and me. It's called Bella. I was just thinking about things. I heard the sound of the gate password. I rushed out to see. It turned out to be Liam coming back. I was about to jump on him, but I saw a woman in his arms. Liam saw the lady's slippers at the door, relieved. Removing the suit over the woman's head. "Looks like she's not back yet." Liam scared the hell out of me. The woman gives him a blank look, said impatiently, "Why don't you just tell her you love me? Anyway, you can join the Johnson family. Why sneak around, make it seem like I'm unseemly?" Liam rushed to comfort. "Sophia, don't be angry. I also want to be with you openly and honestly, but the Johnson family's resources are all in Emily's hands. I'm also doing this for our future." Sophia said, "Okay then. Well, hurry up, or she'll be back." When I saw the woman's face, the hairs on my body stood up. "That's my sister, Sophia." I rushed up and grabbed her in anger. Huffed in anger, the hairs exploded. Sophia immediately had a blood stain on her leg. She was furious, grabbed me and was about to throw me out, but was stopped by Liam. "This is Emily's favorite cat. If she finds out it's gone, none of us will have a good time." Liam stared at me with cold eyes. "Not true. That's not how it works. I've always wanted a cat of my own, but work is too busy, and I don't feel comfortable leaving it in the care of a nanny." Bella was a gift from Liam on our 3rd anniversary. He named the kitten Bella. "It symbolizes preciousness and importance." Liam said to me, "Honey, I promise to take good care of our kitten. Love Bella as much as I love you." Bella has always been well taken care of by him. Fur smooth and shiny, like fine satin. I always thought he truly loved Bella. I always thought he loved me too. Just over the door, Liam and Sophia were making out on my bed. Their voices were like needles in my heart. It made my heart ache. I suddenly felt my stomach lurch. Couldn't help but bend over and vomit, as if to vomit out all the acid in my stomach. I lay helplessly on the ground. My stomach was barely moving. I felt like I might be sick. Sophia came out, saw the vomit all over the floor, yells in panic. "Liam, I can't take it anymore. Just throw the cat out. If Emily finds it missing, I'll just say it ran off on its own." Liam looks at the vomit all over the floor. His face didn't look too good. He kind of wants to throw me out. He considered the feasibility of that argument for a while. In the end, he decided not to. "No way. You know very well how much Emily cares about this cat. She made a point of installing surveillance in the house. It can only be turned off when she or I are home. If the cat is lost, I'd be responsible." Liam called the babysitter to clean up. Then he left with Sophia in his arms. He didn't even look at me. When the nanny finished cleaning, she realized I wasn't quite right, called Liam. "Mr. Liam, Bella seems to be sick. You want me to take her to the hospital?" "No, I don't think so. Emily will be back soon. Just give her some painkillers." "But I don't think cats should take painkillers." "Cats can't take painkillers. The nanny hadn't finished speaking. The phone cut off. She turned her head, looked at me with slightly sympathetic eyes. Bella, do as you're told and take your medicine. I'll open a can for you. She was just doing what she was told. I didn't want to give her a hard time. Took the painkillers of my own accord. Swallow it with the can. The medicine was particularly bitter. My mouth was still bitter after eating the can, but the stomach was finally more comfortable. I licked the nanny's fingers. Then I lay down on the ground, exposing my soft belly. Nanny played with me for a while and then left. She opened a couple of cans for me before she left and told me where they were hidden. Bella, you'll find your own food if you're hungry. She was very skillful, not like the first time she did it. It seems that Bella is often hungry. I suddenly felt a pang of sadness. I always thought I loved Bella, but I didn't even know if it had enough to eat, just blindly trusting Liam to take care of it. In the evening, Liam came back. He wearily made phone call after phone call, mostly consoling the guests at the engagement party today. Liam should have realized I was missing. I'm a little sad, but also a little expectant. Will he be anxious that I'm missing? Will he be sad? After the last call, he rubbed the bridge of his nose tiredly, waved at me lying in the cat's nest. Bella, come here. I felt a surge of joy in my heart, walking slowly towards him with my head held high, finally jumped into his arms. I rolled comfortably. You see, he still cares about Bella. Liam's fingers gently stroked over my stomach. I couldn't help but grunt in comfort. I cover my mouth with a red face, mentally blaming myself for being so uncontrollable. Liam didn't notice my movements, asked, Bella, where do you think Mommy will go? I could only pretend to be silly and lick my fur. Couldn't tell him I was right in front of you, and turning into Bella. Liam certainly didn't expect a cat to give him an answer, got up and went to the bathroom. I followed him with gusto. He suddenly picked me up by the back of the neck. Liam's face was magnified several times in front of me. I ducked back in fear. Meow, he looked impatient, disgust in his eyes. You deserve to be in my room. An animal should know its place. Go back to your nest. The third day of my disappearance. Liam was desperate. He called my phone over and over again. Couldn't even be bothered with Sophia's invitation. Sophia came to the door herself. She said unhappily, Emily is gone as she is. Why are you in such a hurry? Liam scratched his messy hair, lights a cigarette. Emily and I just got engaged. She just disappeared. What will people think of me? Besides, there are still a lot of things in her company that no one can handle. What if it affects my cooperation? Sophia sits easily on his lap, wrapped her hands around his neck, smiling with a bit of willfulness. This matter is so simple. I'll go back and talk to Dad. Just let you take over Emily's position first. Anyway, you're getting married soon. Dad definitely won't object. Hearing this, Liam's face obviously eased a lot. He raised his eyebrows. Really? Liam, of course. Sophia, you're my lucky star. Liam wraps his arms around her tightly, kisses and kisses. His face is full of joy. Then he complained. We're almost married. Emily still won't give me the real power. She wants me to start as a small manager. It's obvious that she's looking down on me. Hearing these words, I immediately froze, the whole body involuntarily cold. When I was with Liam, he had nothing, holding the title of a 211 undergraduate graduate, but couldn't even find a job. I defied the opposition of the board of directors, insisted that he be parachuted in as a manager. I hoped that he could prove himself as soon as possible, because I do want to marry him. I've been groomed as the successor of Johnson Group since I was young. You have to be very selective about who you marry. He must be a good match. In order to be with Liam, I worked my ass off. I wanted to prove that even without the help of a marriage, I could make the Johnson Group better and better. I went to great lengths to pave the way for him, only to be rewarded with his contempt. I slowly measured his face. Obviously, nothing has changed. Yet it made me feel especially strange when I came back to my senses. Sophia was already standing in front of me, a look of superiority. She said, Liam, Emily's not here right now. Give this to me if she catches you. I'll lose my skin if I don't die. My heart is tight. I hurriedly lay down on the side of Liam's pants leg, put on a pitiful look, whispering and pleading, eyes looking forward to him to save me. Meow. Liam looked at me. His tone softened a little. I can't. Emily won't be able to explain when she comes back. Sophia said angrily, Emily, Emily, Emily. You only have Emily in your eyes. Do you love her or do you love me? Of course it's you. Liam speaks quickly, as if he's hiding something. Why do you care so much about Emily's cat? What's it got to do with you? We'll just find an excuse to get rid of it. Are you really in love with her? Absolutely not. Then prove it. Sophia crossed her arms. She won't give up. Liam's gaze turns cold again. He raises his foot, kicked me hard in the stomach. My skinny body was like a kite with broken strings. I fell heavily to the ground, almost no breath. I hurt all over. It felt like the bones might be broken. Even breathing hurt like hell, but the pain in my body was far less than the pain in my heart. Tears kept flowing down. My whole body trembled. Sourness and pain were intertwined. My heart was so cold. Liam, look. The beast actually shed tears. She squatted down, grabbed the back of my neck and shook it. Seeing my helplessly hanging back legs, laughed especially happily. Oops, my leg is broken. I don't hate cats, but I hate your owner, so don't blame me. Blame Emily. I ignore Sophia's twisted expression, stubbornly staring at Liam behind her, hoping to find a hint of sympathy on his face, but there's nothing. I used to love his gentle, watery eyes, always looking at me with love. Now those eyes are cold. They don't have any feelings for me. Once I found out that Liam doesn't like cats. I asked him why he sent me Bella. He said, I will love Bella as much as I love you, because I love you as much as I love you. At this moment, I completely realized. He didn't love me anymore. Liam was worried that I wouldn't be able to explain myself. He rushed me to the vet overnight. He left a sentence to take care of me. He left in a hurry. There were many people in the pet hospital. The doctors were busy. They had no time for me. The cage door was open. A big Alaskan dog slammed it open with ease. It showed its fangs. Drool dripped from its tongue onto the floor. It came over and sniffed me. I cowered in fear. My whole body shivered. I was bitten by a dog when I was a child. It left a psychological shadow. Now facing such a big dog from a kitten's perspective, I was even more scared. I was so nervous that I couldn't breathe. My chest kept rising and falling. It even felt like I was incontinent. I was quickly wheeled into the operating room while lying on the hospital bed. I heard Alaska's owner arguing. He said, What does it have to do with my Max if it is frightened? You guys are also responsible. You didn't even close the cage. And its owners aren't even here to watch it. That means the cat isn't that important to them. If you really want to take responsibility, I'll just pay for it. It's just a life. Who cares? That's right. Who cares? This time, the stress reaction is particularly severe. The old painkillers that kept it down also kicked in. The doctor gave me a critical notice. When I called Liam, he was busy. He was a bit impatient. What is it, Mr. Liam? Bella had an accident. She's in a bad way. Can you come and see her for the last time? It was quiet for a while. The only sound in the operating room was his breathing. I unconsciously eased my breathing too. After a while, he said, No need, I have things to do here. I'll let the babysitter take care of it. I lost all hope. I closed my eyes, quietly waiting for death. I'm sorry for Bella, not taking good care of it. Now I have to die again with its body. I feel my body gradually becoming stiff. The smell of death slowly spreads. At that moment, I heard a shout. Bella, Nanny jumped on me at once, crying very loudly. Tears as big as beans, wet my fur. I was a little surprised, and a little sad. The nanny hadn't taken care of Bella for long, and she got so attached to it, and Bella was a gift from Liam himself. We've lived together for years, and I can still be so cold. Liam to me, how many feelings can there be? I used my last ounce of strength. I licked the nanny's fingers. Don't feel bad. Bella would surely do the same. Unfortunately now, there's no more Bella in the world. The first thing I'll do when I recover, I'll give Bella a grand funeral. Bella was closest to me when she was alive, but I was always busy. Whenever I was unavailable, Liam would take the initiative to accompany Bella. She used to say, Don't worry, you're busy. I'll take care of Bella. At that time, I thought he really loved me, willing to do so much for me. I was even foolish enough to try to make it up to him. Looking back now, those 3 years were a joke. It was just a tool that Liam used to move up the ladder. I looked at the promotion report in my hand. Sneering, I tore it to shreds. In the afternoon, the board of directors will come to inspect the headquarters. In my absence, Father put Sophia in charge of the handover. Now that I'm back, who can decide for me? I arrived downstairs at the company on time. Everyone's eyes widened when they saw me. Mtkes Johnson, you are back. I looked around, said casually, If I don't come back, the company's going to be a mess, make a mess. The people I saw buried their heads even lower. As soon as I got back, someone told me all the details of the little maneuver Liam had been leading for the past few days, including who was involved. These people, not a single one of them is going to get away. The inspection was almost over. Liam and Sophia arrived in a hurry, seeing me standing there unharmed. Sophia froze. Like she'd been struck by lightning. She pointed at me. Emotionally out of control, she yelled. Emily, how did you come back in one piece? You weren't already. I narrowed my eyes, staring at her and asking, how has it been? Did you arrange my disappearance, just so you two could step on my head? No, I didn't, Liam immediately retorted. She quickly grabbed my hand, her peach blossom eyes filled with tears. Baby, where have you been these days? I was so anxious. I've been looking for you all day, but I was too busy to leave. Don't be angry, I coldly withdrew my hand. Asked, I disappeared. Are you anxious? He nodded his head back and forth. Yeah, but how did I hear you were with Sophia? You're engaged to me, just looking at my family fortune. I guess. A flash of displeasure passes through Liam's eyes, but he quickly regained his composure. How could it be, baby? Don't listen to others. You're my favorite. Sophia is your sister. I'm just taking care of her for you. I don't want to say anything to them. Everyone, that's all for today's inspection. If you have any comments, you can summarize them to my assistant. Good work, everyone. Sophia saw that the directors who treated her with disdain were treating me with respect. She clenched her fists tightly. Fingernails are pinched into the palms of her hands. I spent the whole day dealing with the company's business. It was late when I got off work. Opened the door, found Liam carrying a lunchbox. Looks like he's been waiting for a long time. He saw me. His eyes lit up. He came over to me and said, Baby, this is the chicken soup I specially made for you. You haven't eaten anything all day. Drink some to warm up your stomach. I gave him a look, turned around and said, Come in. Looking at the steaming chicken soup in front of me, I was a bit lost in thought, thinking about what happened 3 years ago. At that time, I just took over the company. I was busy with all sorts of things. I worked until late every day, but no matter how late, Liam would wait for me outside with chicken soup. He said, Baby, as long as you look up, you'll be able to see me, although that bowl of chicken soup was not particularly delicious. But it warmed me many days and nights. Take a sip now. I just feel cold to the bone. Snap. I put down the spoon, said, This chicken soup is so bad. You also dare to serve it to me. Liam's face instantly turned pale. Asked, But wasn't it your favorite drink in the past? Baby, he took a spoon and tasted it. Whispered, It hasn't changed. It still tastes the same. The people have changed. Liam looked at me with cold eyes, immediately panicked. Baby, you're mad at me. Are you angry because I wasn't in the room with you that day? I avoided the question. Where is Bella? I asked. Liam's face instantly turned like an overturned paint box, a shade of green and a shade of red. Bella's at home. Really? Then go home. I miss her. As soon as I walked in the door, I rushed into the cat room. Everything was the same. The only difference was there was an extra strange cat in the litter box. My emotions instantly broke down. That wasn't Bella, I asked him. Where did my Bella go? That cat resembled Bella. The pattern on its forehead was exactly the same, but it's not my Bella. How could a mom mistake her own child? I grabbed something beside me and threw it at Liam, shouting, Where is my Bella? Where did you hide it? Liam didn't have time to dodge, got a cut on his forehead. The blood flowed. Baby, take it easy. That's Bella. It's come to this. He's still trying to trick me. I took a deep breath. To Liam, the engagement party is canceled. We break up. Now. Take your things. Leave now. Liam stood still, looked at me with a surprised face, asked, I can't believe you're breaking up with me over a cat. Although I was ready to let go, but his words still stung me. Tears couldn't stop falling down. A cat. Who came up with the name Bella? How she came to me. Liam, have you forgotten everything? I asked. Liam's expression immediately froze. His eyes were complicated. His heart seemed to turn over. He insisted on not letting go. Emily, I was wrong about Bella. I didn't take good care of her. But I was too busy at the time. It was a slip of the tongue, and cats don't live long. Just think of it as Bella's early departure to the Meow planet. Don't be angry. Okay, if Bella died of old age, I would have accepted it, but it wasn't. I know all the pain she went through before she died. I shook off his hand. I found the canister the nanny hid for Bella at home. You promised I'd take care of it. But what did you do? Not feeding it. Hit and kick it. When it's sick, you just give it painkillers every time I say something. Liam's face turned paler. He was furious, took out his cell phone and called the nanny. She's the one who told you, right? Who told her to take matters into her own hands. Baby, the nanny did all the things you're talking about. I don't know anything about it. Stop it. I can't stand Liam's lying ass. I remember when I first met him. He wasn't like this at all. He had nothing. But he was stubborn and sincere. He's very serious about what he does. If he can't do it once, he'll do it 100 times. He had to do it right. I liked him at that time, but now he has everything. But he's a different person. He's not the same Liam I knew, and we can't go back to the way things were. I lowered my eyes, speaking in a quiet tone. Aren't you curious as to why I know? I'll tell you. I became Bella during the time I was missing, saw you with my own eyes with my sister, and saw with my own eyes what you did to Bella. I threw out all of Liam's stuff, but the house still felt soiled. I took a random real estate license from the pile, decided to move, said moving. Actually, all I had to do was bring a bag and I could move in. There's nothing missing in the new home. The day I broke up with my boyfriend, I called my dad. He was happy to hear it. He said, "Yes, let's break up. I've got some nice guys here. They're a good match for you. Why don't you meet them sometime?" "I don't think so. No time. Oops, you kid." There was a noise on the other end of the line, then the sound of Grandma talking. "Emily, how long has it been since you've been back? You don't have to see the other lads. Just look at the one Grandma sent you." Grandma picked it out herself. The conversation changed so fast. I didn't have time to interrupt. Facing my father, I could have just refused, but with Grandma, I can't be bothered. "Okay, don't be like this next time. Hey, I'll do it." After hanging up, I stared at the address in the text message, a little worried. To be honest, I've only had one boyfriend, Liam, since I was a kid, except for work contacts of the opposite sex. I hardly ever talked to other guys. I originally wanted to deal with it casually. I didn't realize the other guy wasn't that easy to get rid of. "Hello, Emily, I'm Nathan. It's nice to meet you." I smiled and nodded my head. Nathan wore a gentle smile. The shrewdness of a businessman is in his eyes. He said to Emily, "I won't beat around the bush. My family is urging me to get married early. I hope to find someone with comparable conditions. I think you are very suitable. I don't know what you think." Listening to this, I started to look at him carefully. He's quite good-looking, great body. His family background is good. A suitable marriage partner. However, I smiled and shook my head. "Nathan, you must have investigated me." He admits it outright. "Nathan, that's right. Then you should understand. I'm Emily. There's no need to rely on a marriage to secure my position, of course. I appreciate you. Cooperation is a good choice. You can consider it." After the chat, Nathan offered to take me home as a courtesy. I didn't refuse, but I didn't expect Liam to find this place. He saw Nathan behind me. His eyes reddened, questioning me. "Emily, what do you mean by that? Just broke up and you're rushing to find the next one?" I asked, frowning. "It's none of your business." I was going to go around him, but he stopped me before me. He had a rare, pleading look in his eyes, speaking softly. "Emily, don't go." "Okay." Liam has always had high self-esteem. He's never bowed down easily. This is the first time I've seen him beg so low. He looked at Nathan, who wasn't far away. Tone hesitant, euphemistically said, "I'll look into that thing you said, but I still want you to give me a chance." "Okay, Emily, for the sake of our 3 years together," I sneered, said. "You still remember that we've been together for 3 years, since you can abandon those 3 years without hesitation, and my sister together. Then why can't I mention breaking up? Stop pretending." "Okay, Liam, you're making me sick. And what good are you? You say you love me, and then you dumped me without a second thought. Then you found someone else. What? He's the one you want to be with." Liam furiously grabbed my hand. "It's getting tighter and tighter in the end. You still despise me." Pain floods through me. My face begins to distort. "Let go of me." Suddenly, my hands were loose. Someone got in front of me. Nathan pulled Liam away. Then he punched him. He looked at Liam coldly and said, "You really are something to be despised." Liam stumbled a few steps. Stabilizing himself, he said, "What are you? How dare you meddle in our business?" I blurted out without thinking, "He is my fiancé. Why can't you interfere? Besides, you're the outsider. You're the outsider." The word outsider seems to get under Liam's skin. He looked at me in surprise. His expression is hurt. Whispered, "Outsider, in your opinion? Am I no longer considered one of us?" Nathan's punch seemed to hurt him a lot. His face is bruised and purple. He's got blood on his face. He looked particularly miserable. I walked over and held Nathan's hand. Smiling happily, I said, "Let's go home." He held my hand back. His eyes smiled like crescent moons. "Okay." As soon as the door closed, I immediately pulled my hand back, took a step back. "I'm sorry. I used you as a shield." Nathan looked down at his empty palm. Loss was written all over his face, he said. "It's okay. If it was okay, I wish you could use me more often." "Ah," I froze. "How can someone come to the door to be used?" Nathan's expression was serious. I'm serious. That ex of yours has been pestering you. I can be your shield. All you have to do is help me deal with the phone calls from home. That sounds like a good deal. I thought about it and agreed. Okay, it's a deal. I was always glad I made that decision. Liam and I broke up, but we still work in the same company. We met often. He tried to stop me when he found a chance. But before he could say anything, Nathan held him back. But Nathan couldn't be next to me all the time. Liam quickly stopped me alone. He notices the caution in my eyes. Taking a step back a little lost, asked, Emily, how did we get to this point? I should be asking you that. Liam gives a sincere look of remorse. Emily, Sophia did turn you into Bella. She found a master, attached your soul to Bella. If Bella dies, your real body will also die. But I really don't know. If I knew, I would have stopped her. Emily, can you forgive me? I know it was wrong. Think back to that night after I said everything. Liam still couldn't believe it. She asked me, how is this possible? How can a human being turn into a cat? I suddenly remembered what Sophia said that day. She must know something. You can ask my sister. Liam left. My suspicions were verified, but according to him, Bella is dead. Then why am I still safe and sound? I hadn't figured it out yet. Liam interrupted me. He suddenly rushed over to me. He hugged me tightly, so hard I can barely breathe. Hot tears dripped onto my collarbone, bringing a stinging pain. He whispers, Emily, don't go. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I shouldn't have gotten caught up in the profits. I listened to Sophia and stayed with her. I didn't love her. I just used her. The one I really love is still you. We've been together for 3 years. My love for you never changed. I thought I didn't love you anymore. Tired of you. But these days away from you, I was distracted all day, seeing other men around you. I was so jealous that I went crazy. We're obviously about to get married. Why did everything suddenly turn out like this? Yes, it is. Why? The memories of the last 3 years flashed before my eyes like a horse and cartoon. It finally stopped at the words Liam said to Sophia. I was with Emily, only because of the Johnson family behind her. Love can only be pieced together in memories, but it's never complete. I pushed him away as hard as I could. I slapped him hard. Liam, the way you're acting right now really makes me sick. You only remembered to breastfeed after the baby was gone. Did you think that by apologizing, you can pretend nothing happened? But Bella is gone. She can't come back. She won't forgive you, and I won't look back. We're all in a hurry. Who are you to make me stop for someone like you? When Liam left, she looked like she'd lost her mind. Before he left a message. I'll make whoever hurt you pay. When he said that, there was a reckless ruthlessness in his eyes, but I didn't care, and I didn't expect what he said to come true so soon. Sophia had suddenly disappeared. Her work was all mine. I was busy. I seized the opportunity, took the power out of her hands, even though I was busy. I still found time to meet Nathan's parents. Nathan's family is similar to the Johnson family. The family is very strict. Nathan told me, since I was a kid, they've had a rule that you can't talk during meals. But for me, they broke that rule. Nathan's mom put a piece of pork chop in my bowl. Her eyes were full of satisfaction. Don't mind my nagging. Nathan has been quiet since he was a kid. He doesn't say a word no matter how hard he tries. We didn't have any hope of finding him a date, but I didn't expect him to bring me such a good daughter-in-law without saying a word. Grandma Nathan called me over. She took out a jade bracelet from a beautiful box. Put it on my hand, she said. Emily, this is a family heirloom in the Nathan family. It's traditionally only passed down to daughters-in-law. Grandma will put it on you now. I waved my hand. I turned to Nathan. Grandma, this gift is too expensive. I can't have it. I was expecting him to refuse it for me. I didn't expect him to say next to me instead. Just take it. It's a token of appreciation from Grandma. Grandma Nathan is about the same age as my grandmother. I felt very close to her. I thought I'd take it first. I'll return it to Nathan later. But before I could act, I got a call. Sophia called. Emily, you've always wondered why Bella is dead. You're still alive. I'll tell you when you get here. I drove right over to the address she gave me. It was an abandoned factory. Sophia, where are you? I yelled at the empty factory. Sophia came out from behind me. Says, I didn't think you'd really come just for an animal. I can't believe you've gone to such lengths. Stop nagging. Just tell me. Why is Bella dead? I'm fine. Take it easy. Liam has deep feelings for you. He even tried to kill me for you. But I won't wait to die. Your life for mine. Do you think he'll agree? Just after I finished speaking, I felt a wave of dizziness. My eyes went black. I don't know anything anymore. I woke up again. Found myself hanging outside the window. A rope decides whether I live or die, and the rope is in Sophia's hand. She had a Swiss Army knife. She's very skillful, seeing Liam rush in. She smiled a terrible smile. Liam, didn't you want to kill me? Now Emily is in my hands. The tables are turned. Liam stares at me hanging. His face turns pale. Sophia, you let her go. Come at me if you can. Don't get Emily involved. Sophia is very angry, said to Liam. You're so heartless. You used to say you loved me the most. Now you want to kill me for her. I don't believe in your love. Liam rushes to pacify her. Okay, fine, if you want to kill. Kill me, trade me for her, all right. She thinks for a moment, smiled and agreed. All right, you go ahead. The wind was as cold as a knife. I can't hold on to that wobbly rope much longer. Sophia, you haven't made it clear. Why exactly? She looked at me, said in a sarcastic tone, okay. You're so curious. Then I'll tell you, you're alive now. It's because that guy traded his life for yours. As a matter of fact, Bella died. You, who are attached to it, will die with it. When you die, Bella will come back to life. But it actually traded its life for yours. So you didn't die. But Bella really died. The moment I learned the truth, I was confused. An indescribable bitterness welled up in my heart. Tears rushed out like a flood. I couldn't stop them. The cold wind blew. It stabbed into my heart like a knife. It hurts like hell. Bella, why are you so stupid? I spend so little time with it. Yet it's willing to give up everything for me. Who says animals don't have feelings? Their feelings are more pure than humans, more selfless. Liam was also dumbfounded after hearing this. In his heart, he regretted even more. Bella, Sophia got impatient. A flash of silver light. The rope suddenly broke. You guys talk too much. Let my good sister go first. I can't. Emily. Liam tried to run to my rescue, but it was too late. I fell hard. Closed my eyes, thought I was going to die. Bella, Mommy's here to keep you company. You won't be alone. But the horrible scene I imagined didn't happen. I was bounced off the trampoline and gently caught again by the time I came back to my senses. Nathan had wrapped me tightly in his arms. His embrace was warm and strong, as if I was his lost and found treasure. After a while, he only let go of me, taking a good look at me, seeing no injuries on my body. Only then did he let go of his heart. He said, "You really scared me." I looked around, saw that the police were on standby. A little confused. How did you find me? Nathan's face hasn't slowed down yet. How dare you mention it? You left without saying a word after the call. I was afraid something would happen to you, so I followed you. I also called the police. Luckily, I was quick in laying the mat. When I think back to the scene when I fell from the 10th floor, Nathan was so scared his heart stopped. They're still upstairs. It's okay. The police are already up there. I'll take you home first. I just got in the car. There was a loud bang behind me. I turned my head to see. Sophia was in a pool of blood. Her body was completely disfigured. Her eyes were still open. Looking up at the 10th floor, Liam is standing on the edge. Can't see his expression, though, but I can feel him smiling. Later, Liam was sentenced to life imprisonment for intentional homicide. Sophia's faults were repaid with her death. All this can only be described as the punishment they deserve. My father had just lost a daughter. I dealt him another heavy blow. I told him, "Dad, I'm taking a leave of absence for 6 months. The company has no one to take the lead now. Dad will have to end his retirement. He's coming back to work." He's quite reluctant, he asked. Why I'm holding Bella's urn. I feel very sad. I was too busy working. I couldn't spend more time with Bella, now that she's gone to Meow Star. I want to take her around. She'll be happy. Oh, okay then. The day I left, Nathan's coming to see me off, he said. I'll take care of the Johnson family for you. You come back as soon as you can. I smiled, said, thank you. There's no need to be polite between us. He hesitated for a moment, asked with slightly reddened ears. Grandma asked me, when are we going to get married? The sun is shining. The warm wind carried my voice into his ears. When I come back, half a year. Enough time for me to take Bella to many places, and enough time for me to forget many people and things. The last stop of this journey is France. It's a city full of romance. I was immersed in the beauty and culture of France. Suddenly, I got a call from home. Hello, Emily. Is this Emily? I am. Liam wants to see you again before the execution. Would you like that? No, I can't. I don't want to. I'm in a hurry. Some people are only good for memories. I'll have a bright future of my own.